Everyone wants to know, can you really start a successful DTF business from home? In today's video, I'm going to share with you my exact strategy on how I would start a $300 per day DTF business using the K13 Lite by Procolored. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danya if you're new here. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through the process of finding designs, printing them, baking them, and pressing them. And we're going to be working on tote bags. Now, the niche I decided to go with is teachers. I found that it is perfect because it is an evergreen niche. You can sell teacher tote bags all year round, although Christmas and Teacher Appreciation Week can absolutely bring in a lot more orders than any other time of the year. It is still something that can be sold no matter what the season is. I also really wanted a niche that would bring in bulk orders. So if I'm marketing to PTAs, they can absolutely come to me and ask for 10, 20, maybe 30 tote bags at a time. So I'm gonna take you over to my computer. We're gonna start by looking at the designs, deciding what we're gonna go with, and then we'll move on to printing. I want to thank Procolored for sending me the DTF printer, the oven, and the heat press. All right, let's get started. The first step is to find the designs we want to add to the tote bags. I'm heading over to Creative Fabrica, one of my favorite websites, and I'm going to type in teacher PNG. Now, if you'll notice, that gives me about 200,000 results. So let's narrow this down. Although these are all beautiful, it would take us forever to go through all of these. So I'm going to type in custom Halloween teacher PNG to see what options pop up. And I right away love this one so much. So I'm going to download this one and I want to customize. The first one is actually for a Miss Emily, and then the second one is going to be a different name. Okay, now I want a generic design that is also trendy. So I'm going to type in coquette teacher PNG, but I want to add the keyword wildflower because I saw a design the other day, and yes, that is it. So I'm going to download this one as well. Look at how elegant and chic that looks. It is so pretty, and actually it looks really nice on the t-shirt as well. Next, I want a Thanksgiving design. So I'm going to type in thankful teacher PNG to see what options they have. Now, again, there are going to be so many different designs on here. So let's narrow it down. I wrote down turkey because I was thinking a cute little turkey, and actually this is perfect. It's even cuter than I imagined. So this is going to be design number 3. Now let's type in teacher fall pumpkin PNG. Now, if you're wondering, PNG is the format that you want to be looking for. They are high resolution images that don't have a background. Now, the word PNG doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a high resolution image, so always look at the description when you're clicking on a listing or a design. Okay, now let's do a Christmas design. Again, there are so many different options, so I'm going to narrow it down by typing in retro. I wanted to see what kind of options would show up when I did that, because as of now, we have 40,000 options to choose from. Okay, I love this bow, and it says teaching is a work of heart. Isn't that beautiful? This is perfect for Christmas, so we're downloading that one. Now I'm thinking I want one more design, and I'm just doing all of this to give you a variety and to show you that the teacher niche really is perfect for all year. So let's do a Valentine's Day one. This is perfect. It comes with 2 variations. You get the distressed one and the solid one. Let's download this, and then we're going to head over to the ProRip software, which is what comes with your DTF printer. It's the 2 USBs I showed you in my first K13 Lite video. So I'm going to import all the designs and I'm going to size them accordingly. I usually do around 8 inches depending on how tall or wide the design is. So I'm going to print 3 at a time. That's just how I prefer to do it. But of course, if you want to upload them all at the same time and have them print at the same time, that is definitely an option as well. Once I'm done importing them, I'm going to head over and click on Rip. Now I have it set to mirror, so it mirrors my design automatically. And then once the green bar is done loading, it means it's done ripping. And then I can click on the print button, which is in the top left corner, and it's going to start printing. The thing that makes DTF prints so special is the fact that it prints out your colors and then it adds a layer of white on top of that, which in reality is the back of the design. And having that white on the back is what allows you to place these prints on pretty much any type of fabric, any color, and you don't lose any of the vibrancy. And when it's time to press these designs, you're gonna see, because I'm going to be pressing these on black tote bags. Now you can absolutely wait for all the designs to be done printing before you take it over to the powder. I like to be proactive, so whatever design is done printing, I take it over to the DTF powder right away. I make sure it is completely covered, and then I head over to the oven so that it can start baking. That way, once the 3 minutes are up, which is how long it takes to bake in this oven, I am ready to start working on the next design. And that way I don't waste any time at all, and it really helps with bulk orders. If you didn't see my first video on the K13 Lite where I unboxed everything and showed you the smokeless oven, this thing is a beast. I have been loving using it so far. I love that you can open it from the top or the bottom. All right, now the other designs are ready, so I'm just gonna do the exact same thing. I'll take it over to the powder and then I'll bake it. Now you can always put 2 designs at the same time inside the oven depending on how big they are. These 2 did fit next to each other, so that's also a really nice way to finish multiple designs at the same time. If you're wondering what the temperature and time should be on the oven, they have all the information on the DTF bag. And for this one, I'm doing 130 degrees for 3 minutes. When you take it out of the oven, the way you can know if it's ready or not is try to see if the white side of the design, which is the back, has an orange peel texture to it. If you see that all over, it means your design is ready to be placed on the shirt or tote bag or sweatshirt using a heat press. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing to all the designs. It's the same process: printing, powdering, baking, and then in the end, I'll show you the pressing. But let's talk numbers. I'll have it on the screen, but according to Procolored's estimate online for the cost of the ink, film, and powder, and adding the cost of the tote bags I'm using, it would be around $3 per bag. So if I sell each bag for $25, that leaves me with a $22 profit, roughly, which means I only need to sell 14 bags per day to reach my goal of $300 a day. And for me personally, I won't be budgeting for any advertising or promotions because I want to, at least in the beginning, see how many orders I can get organically. So I would be listing on Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, and any other platform that I think I can reach teachers, PTAs, as well as parents, of course. Okay, now it's time to press these designs. So I'm using the Procolored heat press, and as you saw, it's very easy to set up. You basically take it out of the box and you choose the time and temperature. And now I'm doing a pre-press. I like to preheat my surface because I feel like it really holds the design a lot better because it removes any moisture that might possibly be on the tote bag. I'm doing 330 degrees for 20 seconds. Once it's done pressing, I'm gonna bring in the cooling block, which I talked about this in my first K13 video. I'm so happy they include this. It makes the workflow so much easier. It goes so much faster because you don't have to wait for each design to cool down. So I just made sure to go over the whole design and I was able to peel it within a few seconds. If I haven't mentioned this already, I'll have a link to everything I'm using in the description box. So the DTF printer, the oven, the heat press. I'll also have a link to a free trial to Creative Fabrica if you're interested in trying that out. As you saw, it has so many designs you can choose from, especially if you are not a designer and really want to start your own business. I'll also have a link to a free downloadable DTF starter guide if you're interested in that. If you're wondering why I chose tote bags instead of sweatshirts or t-shirts, because I know how popular those 2 items are, that is actually one of the reasons I decided not to do sweatshirts or t-shirts. I think the competition is going to be a lot higher if I try to sell any of those products. And the other reason is, and I say this a lot, with tote bags, I don't need variations. I can literally do just one color. I can do black if I want to, or even if I have a choice of black or beige tote bags, those are still 2 variations compared to sweatshirts or t-shirts where I would need multiple sizes and multiple quantities of each size. So you can only imagine how much space that would require, and it definitely adds to the cost as well. Tote bags are my bread and butter. You're gonna hear me talking about them all the time. I really love how creative you can be.
I love selling the product itself. It is lightweight to ship. I recommend choosing a niche you really feel a connection to and you feel like you can be creative even if you are not the artist behind the designs. There is still a level of creativity that only comes out when you're working on something you love and something you feel connected to.
Okay, this design is just so pretty. I have to show it to you again. Look at that beauty. Isn't it adorable? All right, that is my strategy on how I would start a $300 per day DTF business from home. I really hope this video inspired you in some way. I'll have all the details in the description box, the printer, oven, heat press, as well as the free trial to create a Fabrica. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. If you made it till the end, leave a red emoji. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all in next week's video. Bye!